This is Hoodies. Testing 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. Oh, yeah, nice, and there we go. That's how I like it. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this, man. Double up. Word up. Ain't doubled up in a minute. Me on the box. Word, well, it's playing a part. But let me stop playing around, man. Make sure the mic is do this thing right. Looks weird. Hold on, y'all. Testing 1 2. All right, let's go ahead and get into this thing real quick. Fast in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to another dope session of HOODIES the podcast. I'm the host, thegarden, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Or maybe not so live. Yo, but we coming at you, man. Let's put one in the air for HOODIES the podcast. Word. Let's get on into this thing. Yo, real quick, in the last episode, which wasn't planned at all, the last episode, I did speak about some RIPs that had occurred since I had been on. I didn't mention brother Dwayne, it's the late brother Dwayne from Tony. I believe he was the guitarist in the group. He's recently passed on. This isn't new news. It's just the first time I'm talking about it. I believe it was bladder cancer that got him. I'm not necessarily sure of how old he was at the time of his transition. And this couple other folk that I can't remember. So I'll just say that for all the untimely deaths of folk that become staples in our lives musically. If you're into music, into different musical acts and things of that nature, then you know what I'm saying. When people transition, we tend to take notice. You know what I mean. So with that, my condolences go out to anybody who's got who's just experienced the loss of a loved one. Someone whom they've admired or otherwise, man. My condolences. My heart goes out to you. Dead ass. Anybody who's got a family member who's going through something. Man, listen, not to put anybody's business out there, but I got a client who canceled his appointment. Who canceled his appointment yesterday and sent me a text message saying that he had a heart attack. You know what I mean? Crazy. Blew my mind. He and in the text message he's talking about, hey, hope all is well. I'm like, fam, you hoping all is well with me? I'm hoping you alright. So I hit him back like, I hope you alright. I'm sorry to hear that. And then I looked this morning and he made an appointment for tomorrow. So I'm assuming everything is fine. And around my age bracket, he's not quite 50, but he's in his 40s. So shout out to brother Rashad, man. Speedy recovery. When things happen, or should I say, things like a heart attack or a stroke or something like that happens with someone who's around my age, because I'm noticing that the older I get, I'm hearing of different issues that people have, be it arthritis, stroke, heart attack, things of that nature. Very unfortunate, man. But my heart goes out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, who's dealing with that type of thing. And my condolences to whoever's family member hasn't fared too well or didn't fare too well with it. It's just health is wealth, man. Health is wealth, that ass. Just the same, man. Just the same. Happy born day to everybody's got a born day today, whether you fresh out the womb or you've been here a while. Today is March 19th. Not necessarily sure when this episode will air, but today is my mom's born day, man. Word, just got off the horn with her. Happy born day, mom. She's 68 years old. Still recovering from her knee. You know what I'm saying? Wrong. She's still recovering from her knee replacement. I'm sorry, I got a Titanic knee. When I called her, she was out with my sister. They were out having brunch, doing her thing. She's in good spirits. She's doing her thing. She's not using a walker. She does use a cane for some balance. But man, she good money. She good. She not playing no games. She's good money. Word. So how's everybody doing, man? Everybody good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better. Thank you for the warm energy. Thank you for the good energy as I once again bestow it upon y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some warm energy, some good energy. If you're not good, hope you get good. What are your choices, man? What are your choices? Roll over and just, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Got me a little energy drink right now. I am mostly drinking water. Speaking of health as well, I've noticed that a lot of folk don't really like drinking like water and like real juice, like real grape juice. Everybody just mostly wants soda and like, or not real juice, but like drink. Like this cooler that I got in here, most of the time, because I'm not going to say all, but most of the time, all the waters and all the real grape juice, I'm the one who's drinking it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm better, nothing like that. I'm just saying, you need to drink some more water. You need to break a sweat more often, man. But sometimes you just never know. You never know. You just, certain things you just can't predict. Certain things you just, I don't know, man. I suppose it just makes sense to keep checking the engine. You know what I mean? Take your car in and get it inspected, if you catch my meaning. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man, I ain't going to take up too much more of the intro. Hope everybody's well. Thank you for being here, man. You know what I mean? I want you here. You know what I'm saying? I want you here. Real quick, though, hit the like button for me. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead. Do it. Do it now, man. Word. And while you do that, we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and get into this, man. Y'all came to hear something. I came to hear something because this is all freestyle. It's just the spirits in me right now. All right? Let's do this, man. Yeah! All right, listen, man. So sure, it's no secret that I'm not a religious man. Said it 1,001 times. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop saying things like, "Hey, we talked about this before," because I've been doing this so long, and because it's just who I am, I suppose. So certain things are just gonna be what it is. So I'm gonna stop saying, "Hey, I've already said this before," because I'm gonna say things more than once. And there it is. So I'm gonna try to stop saying that. But we know about the religious thing. But listen, I tend to draw inspiration from various places. Like when I'm really tapped in and I'm centered, I can. Let me get back and get comfortable. It's another thing. Relax. Stop being so tense. But anyway, I get inspiration from some of everywhere. Now, one thing I just happened to stumble across, just man. Hold on real quick, because I was reading. Hold on. Boom. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, here it is. All right. Because a lot of times I get inspiration from various places, so I'll get to those. Well, actually, hold on. Well, nah, I'll come back to that. So I happened to be was reading earlier one of these books right here, and I stopped for a minute, decided to take a break, figured I had enough, at least for the time being, and happened to be scrolling through X, and I stumbled upon this right here, and it's crazy, right? I don't know. It spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm of the belief that if you're in tune and you are aware and open-minded, and shall I say, if you have an open heart, if you're open like that, you can receive inspiration and good energy from, you know what I mean, from various sources. Not necessarily your deity if you have one, or if you are your deity or your guide or whatever, right? So here it is. It says, the secret is not to chase butterflies, but to take care of the garden so that they'll come to you. In the end, you will find not who you were looking for, but who was looking for you. Again, the secret is not to chase butterflies, but to take care of the garden so that they'll come to you. In the end, you will find not who you were looking for, but who's looking for you. Ah, man, just out of the blue, bam, smacked me in the face. And I was like, whoa, that's heavy. Now, the garden could be a few things to, different things to different people. The garden, right? I say the garden is you, Me, us, the garden. Beautify the garden, take care of the garden so that the butterflies will come to you. We only know, each person, you, me, us, we know what we need to work on in order to beautify our garden. The garden could be our appearance. The garden could be our minds, which would then, I believe, have impact on our personalities. The garden could be our health, emotional intelligence, and all those things. Beautify the garden so that the butterflies will come to you, so that there's no need to chase them. The butterflies could be validation. Validation. You know what I'm saying? The butterflies, I don't know, might be a reason. Butterflies could be happiness. Right? You ever notice, I don't know if this is still on topic, but you ever notice that happy people, because speaking of happiness, you ever notice how happy people never tell anybody, or they never come out and say, hey, I'm happy? If you notice people who are really living the dream or living the good life, or just really in a great space, if you notice, these people never say those things. They never say it. You never hear happy people saying, hey, I'm happy. Man, I'm so happy. Man, I'm living the dream. I mean, granted, yes, people see it. But people who are truly happy, I ain't talking about the people who profess such things, who's always talking and saying this and saying that. Hey, man, shit, I'm getting mine. No. Happy people are usually approached by people. You know what I'm saying? A happy woman is usually approached. Typically, well, I'm going to say by other women, but both are true, both men and women. Girlfriend, you are glowing. What's going on with you? You got a new man or something? What's going on with you? It could be a new man. It could be a raise. Hey, listen, it cannot even be all that deep. She could just be having a great day, but happy people don't tell you. They don't say it. They get usually approached. Happy people are usually just too busy being happy. They're too busy focusing on what they got going on to be worried about nobody else. They ain't critiquing nobody, complaining about nothing, because they're happy. When a man is happy, yo, bruh, hey, man, hey, cut, you all right, man? You different, man. You up in smiling, you know what I mean? Shaking everybody's hand, helping old ladies put their coat on. What's going on? That brother's happy. He's in a good space. People who are there, they never say it. They usually attract people. They usually attract butterflies instead of chasing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm of the belief that people who are constantly telling you that they're good are not really good. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice, and then we're all guilty of it. If we're not now, we probably have at some point in time in our lives, right? That we all say and do things to make it seem as though, or maybe we're doing it because we want to matter. And maybe we feel like we matter when we get validated from outside sources. You know what I mean? So we always talking about, hey, I'm good. I'm living the dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. Shit, nigga, I'm straight. If you straight, we'll see it. And I said I wasn't going to say, hey, I said this before, so I'm not going to say it. Right? I mean, I have said it. I'm trying to break the habit. But listen, if you are who you say you are, you know what I mean? If who you are is who you really are and what you are, you ain't got to say nothing. You don't have to say anything. It'll show. Folk who are really in a good space, You could tell them anything. Hey, I'm starting a new business. There's no judgment. There's no critique. Hey, what you should do, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Folk who's constantly trying to, there are folk who are constantly trying to matter. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain. Hey, there's some stuff I could say about so-and-so, but it ain't my place to say it. And they'll keep bringing stuff up like that. They'll keep presenting things like that to you. But yet they won't tell you anything. Almost as if they want to matter. Because if you ain't going to talk about it, then why you keep bringing it up? You want to matter. Beautify the garden. The butterflies will come to you. You know? Like the last episode, it's probably a good practice to watch how you talk to people. Try that. Beautify the garden. Fix the garden. Put some fertilizer in there. Catch my meaning? Some fertilizer in there. Cut them weeds. You know what I'm saying? Get a hoe and do what the hoe does. I ain't gonna front. I ain't got no green thumb. I seen my grandma's in the garden. I'm not gonna say she was the only one on the south side of Chicago with a garden in the back, but she be back there. Lettuce, peppers, tomatoes. I think onions. Hate onions. But I found that piece to be very profound. You know what I'm saying? Don't chase butterflies. You know what I'm saying? Don't chase them. And listen, like the other part says, that listen, if you beautify the garden, the butterflies will come. Then what you was chasing, the butterflies, what you were looking for, the validation, the happiness, this, that, and the third, you'll find out that happiness was looking for you because you've worked on you. You worked on you. Working on yourself ain't never always pretty. Because working on yourself is when, like when you're working on yourself and trying to level up as a man or just as a person. Sometimes you got to create boundaries, and those boundaries, man, sometimes you create boundaries, it can get a little lonely. Because now you're not around certain folk no more. You're not talking to certain folk no more. I tried that. It's just, there's just some folk that you just can't. That's just what it is. Piggybacking again. You know why things got to be the way they are, but, you hate that it's got to be that way, but it's got to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I got to beautify the garden, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm fixing it up. I need to create some boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying about what other folks saying, other folk doing. I ain't, but I'm not gonna become subconscious about myself. You know what I'm saying? Fix the garden. Think about it. If answer me this. If you had everything you needed, both tangible and intangible. Okay, let's say maybe you don't have everything you need, but you're on the road to obtaining everything you need, both tangible and intangible, to become happy. Because that's an inside job. It's nobody else's responsibility to make us happy. It's our responsibility. Self-esteem and things of that nature is our responsibility. Hence the word self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you were either there or on that road to getting there, you know what I'm saying? To obtain all the things, both tangible and intangible, to become happy, where would you have time to be worried about anybody else? If you notice, that's what happy people are. They ain't worried about nobody else. They ain't all up in nobody's business. They're too consumed with their own. Gossip about what? About who and why? I'm happy. And they don't have to tell you. They off doing something happy people do. Them and their spouse or life partner, whatever label you want to give it. They too busy doing things, man. You know what I'm saying? They, going on excursions, and excursions don't necessarily have to always be physical. I'm of the belief. You don't have to always be a physical, like you got to actually catch a flight to go somewhere. Sometimes it could be just meditating together. You know, it's all subjective. But if we all was there, would there be a need to chase butterflies? all this all this from that picture. Beautify the garden, man. You know what I'm saying? And once again, you'll find that it's not about who you were looking for. You know what I'm saying? They'll find you. I'm probably getting the words all wrong. Let me get the words right. Yeah, I got it right. In the end, you'll find that it's not about who you were looking for, but who was looking for you. Whew. They were looking for a safe space. They were looking for a safe space. You understand? They were looking for a place where they can a space where they know can't nobody come up in there talking crazy about you. You know what I mean? They checking that shit. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. I don't know what you got going on with whoop de whoop, but I think it would be best if you had that conversation with them. I ain't really trying to. Nah, please don't. I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to know that, because once I hear it, I may feel compelled to let them know that, hey, this is how you feel. Think about it, man. When people start talking about, even though it's kind of really common for folk to, and I'm still kind of piggyback riding off the last episode, but that's cool. Whatever. When folk come and talk to you about, say, someone who you cool with too, and they talking not so good about them, the onus is like, see, now that's on you too, though, because now you know somebody's got feeling some type of way. Now you know now. So now, what does that make you when you know so and so? Listen, now if the two of them already don't like each other, you know, the person that's yapping and the person they talking about, and you know both of them, now if the two of them already don't like each other, I still think it's still good practice. This is going, hey, take that up with them. However, if said person that's being talked about confides in that person, but yet that person's I'm trying to show him how to. Nah, see, because now that's on you. That's on you now. Because you know, and you cool with both of them. You know, folks talking funny. You know, it's some funky business going on over there. Some funny business. That's kind of on you too, because now you know it, and you ain't okay. I get it. You want to stay out of it, which is best. Nah, man, go ahead on with that. Go over there with that. Word, it's respectfully, I don't want no parts of that. I don't need shit like that in my garden. You know what I'm saying? Yo, years ago, at this shop called Tomorrow's Image I worked at, there was this one client. He wasn't my client. He was one of the client of the other barbers. It's kind of a sidebar. This dude, I think Queens used to cut him. I think a few episodes back. I think On Your Longest Day. That episode. I think that's 164. Episode 164. Check that out, man. But in that, I talked about my man Queens. But anyway, so Queens would get done cutting this dude's hair, and he would always come in that shop with a Ziploc bag. And when he get done with his cut, he would take the hair that fell off his head, grab it up off the floor, and just hair off the barbershop floor and fill it up. It wouldn't just be his. It would be just hair that's on the floor, especially on a Saturday when it's like mad busy. And fill up the Ziploc bag with hair, right? So, you know, we'd be like, hey, yo, you always coming up in here, you know, bagging up hair. Like, what you in a voodoo or something like that? And I don't think voodoo is all that bad. Voodoo, I think the original word is voodoo, which is a thing that the Haitians used, which actually helped them during the Haitian Revolution. All I'm saying is there's a particular not region, but religion that folks subscribe to, and it was still in bondage. Voodoo, however, actually helped Haitians in the Haitian Revolution. It's the only black revolution that was actually successful. But that's something else. We'll talk about something else. Anyway, yo, you went to voodoo or something like that? No, this is what he said. He said, I use this, I take all this hair and I put it in my garden. I don't know if garden is what he used, but I believe it was a gate around his situation, right? And he would put the hair in, let's say garden, the grass, and got some flowers, and he did that for gophers. He had gophers in his yard that kept digging holes and some other funky stuff in his yard. So he would put hair in there because they'll eat that and they can't digest it, and I think it would kill them. I don't know. But apparently it was effective because he would always come in every so often and fill up a Ziploc bag full of hair. So I liken that, long ass sidebar, I liken that to when folks start talking about folk that you know. Maybe it may even be someone whom you're involved with. I don't think nobody should be that comfortable anyway, but it happens. Trust me. So now that you know that this person that you also know is being talked about in a funky way, hey man, that's a gopher in your garden because you know some shit. You got a gopher in your yard making holes and fucking up your garden. Now that wasn't a reach. It almost was, but that ain't a reach. That's a gopher. I don't want no parts. Hey, fam. Tell them that. I don't want nothing to do with that. Because I fuck with them too. There's not a lot of stand-up people. You know, yeah, I get it. A lot of people do it. We're human. And that's not lost on me either. I'm not saying that I've never been told some things about people. Oh, shit, I ain't gonna front like I've never said anything. We didn't all just arrive here. We were all different people at one point in time, and then we grew. I want to do that. I'm going to start doing that. You know, we made adjustments. We made tweaks to who we are, and then here we are, still growing. You see what I'm saying? Which is why I'm out of the advice business. Is that what you want to do? All right, but there you go. Leave that room to figure some things out for yourself, because I'm still growing. I'm still learning. How I feel today about something, yeah, it could change tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That don't make you fake. That don't make you fickle. It just means that, okay, upon more thought, you know, and as I may have gathered some more information, I don't know if I feel the same way about this, that, and the third anymore. Because now that I think about it, this is how I feel now. I may have taken some other things into consideration. You understand? Beautify the garden, man. The garden. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. What should I call this episode? I don't even think I walked into it with a name. Or a possible name. So we just call it butterflies? Or I don't know. It'll be some variation of that. If you're seeing this, then I probably already came up with a name, because I got to edit and all that. But yeah, man. One more time. The secret. Maybe I should call it the secret. The secret. The secret. That may even be the secret to happiness. Woo. That may even be the secret. See how I love when I don't write it down and just let it. That may even be the secret to happiness. The secret to happiness. That might be a reach. But we going with it, man. That's the package. We're going to package it like that. The secret is not to chase butterflies, but to take care of the garden so that they'll come to you. In the end, you will find not who you were looking for, but who was looking for you. And butterflies, you know, we could be chasing, like I said, validation. We want to matter. We want to be seen. We want to be happy. We want to be loved. We want to be understood. Oh man, we got a lot of things we want, a lot of things we crave. We want to feel worthy. We want to feel like, yeah, like we matter. We want to be checked on. We want to be held in high regard. We want folk around us that don't play about us. And I ain't talking about that fake don't play. I'm talking about that I ain't about to fix my mouth to say nothing that I wouldn't say to their faces. That's something we could all learn. These are all things that could help us, sweeten up and fix up and tidy up the garden. And the garden could be the whole physical. The whole physical. Your mind, your heart, how you move. Yeah, man. Happy people, happiness, and because I would assume that if you happy, it has to be because you've learned. Piggyback riding once again, you've learned, man, I ain't telling nobody my business. Not that I'm a religious man, but I see why. A lot of folks say, put no trust in man, trust in God. I get that now. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. And if you are your God, right, trust in you. Again, of course, therapy is always a good thing. A mentor. A mentor is going to give it to you straight, no chaser. Somebody whom you can really trust. Somebody's going to tell you what it is, regardless. Shout out to those. Shout out to those men and women. Shout out to the folk who's steadfast in fixing up their garden. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all. I see the ones who don't. Man, I see the ones who don't care. Man, I ain't worried about you. They're too busy being happy. They're too busy doing things happy people do. They're living. They ain't got to tell you I'm living good. I'm living. Hey, man. Hey. You gonna notice it. You gonna be like, man, how come every time I see you, you always, whatever it is. And if you're reacting like that, it's something cool. It's something dope. Every time I see you, you got a new car. Every time I see you, you got a new this or that. Man, you always happy. Why you always so happy? Why you always smiling? Those are people in good spaces. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the journey, man. Shout out to the journey. Shout out to the struggle of walking this journey, man. Because just when you think you got some things figured out, next thing you know, you get pushed off the center of your square. And gotta recenter yourself, and it's not so easy. This is, well, no, not this one, but the last episode rather. That was 165. There's been about at least 4 other ones before that last one. 4 other episodes had a different name though. You know what I'm saying? Because the previous 4 was just way too angry. Way too this, and no matter how hard I tried to make it seem like I was good. See, I know me in that sense. I know that. And it was angry. And I didn't want to come off like that. Of course, I don't want to lose my passion, but I don't want to come off bothered and angry. I don't like seeing myself like that. So, yeah, they ended up on the cutting room floor. You know what I'm saying? Some of them extremely extensive. I mean, so much media in them. One of them got blocked. You know what I mean? Not because of what I was saying necessarily, but because the media that I used in it. I believe it was something from First Take. Something with Stephen A. Smith. And Disney owns ESPN. So usually, it's like the last episode, it's got a copyright flag on it. Which, by the way, I'm not using no more videos. to make my point no more. If anything, maybe I may use some pictures or something like that. I don't know. I'll probably just try to work on getting better at explaining certain things instead of using video, because I keep getting flagged there. But the previous one, they got blocked. Disney don't play. They said this joint is blocked worldwide. So that's when I was like, you know what? That's the universe. You know, the universe got a funny way of letting you know, hey, nah, this ain't it. It ain't time. Take a little bit more time. Get right. And then, boom. Splickety down. Splickety put it out. I'm back. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. The Secret. Word. All right. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. So listen, man. Not too long ago, again, not new news. I just hadn't been on, but not too long ago, Target, because there was a boycott because of the DEI rollbacks, says they reportedly lost nearly $1 billion after the boycott. From what I understand, because I was kind of late to getting this, from what I understand, they decided to, I guess disenroll or do away with its DEI program. Now, I've been vocal a few episodes back about how DEI, and I get it. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time now. So those things don't affect me at all, if I'm being honest, right? But considering, and I still stand on that, considering that black folk benefited the least from that. I'm talking like 4%, where Caucasian women benefited more from such a program than we did. And I get it. It's not necessarily about race and gender. Sometimes it's about those with disabilities. So I'm not saying that it was not effective at all, but black folk benefited the least from the program. So for us to be so outraged about it was a little baffling, if I'm being honest. And I'd voiced that, and some people got it, some people didn't, and I get it, man. We rock with what we rock with. However, if you know me, right, and have been watching my, oh crap, hold on. Skill, this is Rashidi. Yes. Okay. All right, I understand. Just keep me posted. Okay. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Just keep me posted. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, peace. Oh, my bad, y'all. It's my next client. It's like 10 to 5. I should be wrapping up, but she's running behind. She's in traffic, so I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane real quick. So anyway, if you know me, you know I'm about black folks, and I'm about I think I'm also of the belief that we deserve aid and help and injustice. Everybody does, but I'm for black people first. I stand on that, right? However, so even though I'm not with the DEI thing, I am for black folk being all on one accord. That was pretty dope. On one accord. My only thing with that is I would like for us to do things like this, not out of protest, but for that to be how we move, period. You understand what I'm saying? Now that we're talking like they lost $1 billion. That right there goes to show the power of our dollar, of the black dollar. So instead of doing it out of protest, why not let that be our normal practice? You don't have to tell Mexicans to shop with Mexicans at first. You don't have to tell Chinese to shop with Chinese first, and so on and so forth. Why do we do this when we get pissed off and mad? You see what I'm saying? Why do it when we're mad? Why can't this be? I mean, it's a start. Don't get me wrong. It's a start. And I'm proud of us. I didn't participate, but I don't shop at Target anyway. I'm already, my mind is already there. Buy black first. Da 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 da. The hair care products, the beard butter. You know what I'm saying? When I went to therapy, all these are black businesses that I frequent. I am not better than everybody else. I'm just saying, for me to not shop at Target is kind of redundant. I'm already on that wave. But I'm extremely proud of our community. It's dope how we was focused on one common goal, one collective thought. Excuse me. And now look at the results. That's pretty dope. And that's what's up. Black fist for that. Can't see it. Black fist. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's a win. Now imagine if imagine if this was common practice. Imagine. Fuck whatever program. How about we make this common practice to shop with one another? Let's stop making everybody else hot and make ourselves hot. Make what we got going on, our products, our businesses, let's make that shit hot. Make it hot! I'm goofy. Yeah, man. So my client's almost here. She says she's in traffic, so I normally do a little jingle before I end it, but I need to get out of here. So I'm gonna do this right now. So thank you for your likes, subs, and shares. Thank you for listening to me babble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, subs, and shares. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I'm the God Rashidi, and check on your people, man. Check on your people. Shout out to everybody who's working through a thing. Shout out to my moms again. Happy born day to you, man. My condolences and speedy recovery to my good brother Rashad, and to whomever else I failed to mention. Everybody who's going through a thing, man, a thing that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I send you some good energy, some warm energy. Word up. Y'all stay up, man. And if you need to hear it, whoever, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you need to hear it, listen, man. You matter. You matter. And you don't have to chase butterflies. That's the secret. The secret is not to chase butterflies, but to beautify the garden so that they'll come to you. Word. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace. Ayy. This is Hoodies. Client still ain't here. So I brought this book out here. Yeah, this was something I found very profound. This is by David Deida, and I said I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. David Deida. I've read this in one episode a few years back. The Way of the Superior Man is the spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. Chapter 3, it says, listen, it says, live as if your father were dead. A man must love his father and yet be free of his father's expectations and criticisms in order to be a free man. Okay, it further reads, imagine that your father has died. That's a bit extreme, but imagine that your father has died, or remember when he did die. Are there any feelings of relief associated with his death? Now that he's dead, is there any part of you happy that you need not live up to his expectations or suffer his criticisms? How would you have lived your life differently if you had never tried to please your father? If you never tried to show your father that you were worthy? If you ever felt burdened by your father's critical eye? For the next 3 days, do at least one activity a day that you've avoided or suppressed because of the influence of your father. In this way, practice being free of his subtle expectations, which may now reside within your own self-judgment. Practice being free in this way. Once each day for 3 days, even if you still feel fearful, limited, unworthy, or burdened by your father's expectations. It's chapter 3, Nah, I ain't got none of that going on. I can relate. I did at one earlier part in my life did have issues like that. which is why I went along with religion and this, that, and the third, and whoop de whoop de whoop. I'm no longer that person, but I get it. That's just a little something for y'all to chew on that for as long as you need to. Y'all stay up. Thank you for watching. I'm the God Rashidi, and I'm out of here again. Peace. This is Hoodies. Hey.